Welcome back, Milford, and welcome back to the latest episode of MPS Talks. And let me tell you, I am so excited to bring this episode to you today because over the last few weeks, I've had an opportunity to work with a program or multiple programs at Milford High School through doing a collaboration for our Google Summit that's coming up. And I've had an opportunity to work with some amazing educators, some absolutely amazing students. And I knew when we booked this time for the next episode that they had to come with me because I can't wait to hear them share all the great things that they do, because sometimes they are so empathetic and so kind to their students that we don't get to share that with you. And I want to make sure you have that opportunity to hear that today. One of our main goals in Milford Public Schools is equity and access. And every student that walks through the doors, everyone, we want to ensure that they have access to the curriculum, access to great teachers, and access to all that we can deliver at Milford Public School. And 3 of those amazing educators are here today. And after that, we have some fabulous students that we're going to bring on, are going to talk about some of the things that they do to make sure that our students and their program have that access and fabulous experience at Milford Public School. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves. Nate, you can start.
Hi, my name is Nathan Gosher. I'm the vocational coordinator at Milford High School.
Hi, I'm Michelle Gray, and I'm a special ed teacher in the pre-voc program.
Hi, I'm Lexi Forget, and I'm a special ed teacher in the pre-voc program.
So we'll start with the pre-voc program because you just brought that up. Can you tell me a little bit about that program? Because I'm just learning about it myself. So fill us in.
Absolutely. You want to start?
So we split it between academics and pre-voc activities. And for the pre-voc side, we turn our classroom sort of into a bistro. And it would start on a Friday prior to cooking. And we sit down with the kids and they help us determine what we'd like to make the week following. And we use the circular from Market Basket. We pick out our items. The kids help build the recipes. We build up a menu. And then on Monday mornings, we go shopping. So we take about 5 kids every week. And it's catered to their level. So some kids use written grocery lists, some use pictures. And they're able to go through the store. Some need help, some don't, and go through the store and pick out what they need to help us shop for the week.
So when you say bistro, you mean that's, is it a room at the high school? Can you explain that a little bit?
So our classroom is on one side, and on the other side we have a room that we call our bistro, where we have a full kitchen and we have another half kitchen, and has some tables. So on Wednesdays and Thursdays we open the rooms up for lunch for our teachers and faculty.
Wow.
And they're able to come in for a soup, a sandwich, and a dessert. And the kids put on their shirts and have uniforms, and they help with serving. They help, prior to that, they do all the cutting of the vegetables, they do the chopping, they do the preparing, they wash all the tables, they do the floors, make the dessert.
Make the decorations for the
Wow,
table.
that's great. What a great skill. And one more thing I wanted to loop back to. You said that some wrote it down and some used something else. Can you explain?
So when we assign kids grocery lists from Market Basket, some kids who are at the reading level just read the list and they can find the item. Some kids use pictures. So we have an actual picture from the actual item from Market Basket.
Wow.
They take the picture and they can scan it along the shelves and they can find the exact item that they need.
That's fabulous.
And it has a quantity, so if we need 2, they know that they have to get 2.
That is great. And it's teaching life skills, it's teaching math, it's teaching communication.
Right.
That's fabulous. And you said the other side is an academic classroom, which I've seen in action, and it's fabulous. And I walked in the other day, you were doing some math facts and you were doing some reading programs and just some collaborative activities. And can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we do a lot of functional academics. We try to transition kids, so when they start in our program, we do just the mass curriculum frameworks and we spiral it back to their level. And as they progress in our program before heading up to Voc, we really try to make them functional academics. So instead of just learning money on a piece of paper, it's application. So it's on Wednesdays and Thursdays when the staff come in, they're working the cash register. So not only are they doing the counting money, but they're doing it in a real life situation that also calls for social interaction, which is something that a lot of kids in our program struggle with and need scripts for. So we provide them with the foundation and the scaffolding to be able to navigate not only like the life skills, the academic pieces, but also the application of everything together. So in the grocery store, it's not only the academics of reading or the life skills of finding an item, it's also the combination of them. Okay, I'm in the grocery store, my teacher's not next to me. Do I just sit there and scream my teacher's name? How do we set them up for success? So throughout the 4 years they're with us, we work a lot on their life skills and how to really set them up for success. We do a lot of the same things, like we do digestive system, we do respiratory, same as kids in regular bio, we do cell organelle, but then we also do a lot of functional academics and the application. Reading is completely catered to each individual student. So we have in our classroom right now from a preschool level reading to high school level reading. So we have many different reading groups that really cater to a high interest level, because our kids are 16, 17, 18, but they may have a lower reading level. We need to make sure that they're still interested. They don't necessarily want to be reading The Cat in the Hat.
Right. No, that makes
So creation of materials and really making sure that we keep them engaged and
Great.
on level.
So you talked about that in your program, you're preparing them life skills, academics to almost matriculate to vocational program. Is
Yes.
that, Nate, what you're working with and teaching? And can you talk a little bit about that?
So my students in the vocational program are 18 to 22 years old.
Okay.
So their main job in the vocational program is to explore different vocational avenues that they might be interested in. We also focus on a lot of real-world application of skills and life skills as well.
Okay. And so is the jobs just inside the high school, or do they go other places as well to work?
We have a variety of jobs within the school, such as a recycling program.
Okay.
We have milk inventory. We sort and deliver mail. We have a copy center. But we also have a lot of jobs outside of the school, such as the Blessing Barn right over next door,
Okay.
where our students do a lot of getting the store prepared for the day, sorting clothes, cleaning up the store. We go to New England Home Therapies, where we collate folders and make medical boxes for doctors and nurses. We also have some relationships with different farms in the area, where we'll go and we'll work with the animals and clean up the barn and get the barn prepared for their day's work. We also have Natick Army Labs,
Oh, wow.
which is a paid job that we were able to land, where we have students doing data entry and making sure documents are sent back to the Army lab in a PDF file. So we just have so many opportunities in the vocational program, and we're looking for more of those opportunities within the Milford area.
No, that's fabulous, and not in a shameless plug sense, but the last 2 times I was in here, we talked about active learning and social emotional learning. And it sounds like that is so ingrained in what you're doing. You talked about communication, you talked about life skills, you talked about being part of the curriculum. Can you talk about how you really try to infuse those life skills in what you're doing? Because you're at supermarkets, you're at these other organizations. Can you talk a little about the life skills that you bring to the program? All 3 of you, I'd love to hear from you.
I think we have it in a lot of different ways. One thing in terms of social learning that I think has been incredible is the amazing community of faculty we have at Milford High School that has been so receptive and open to our students. We have students in 5 different inclusion classes that are just with typical peers, and the teachers are willing to modify the assignments and work with these kids to make them successful. And they get the amazing social growth of seeing typical peers. So we have kids in graphic arts and they are shining. We have kids doing video production and they did video production too. Web design, we have kids in intro to paint, all early childhood, 1, 2, and 3. We have amazing faculty that are willing to let these kids actually reach their potential, both emotionally, socially, and their potential for any pre-voc task they want. Some of these kids want to work with computers. So getting them a job to know how to use Photoshop, to know how to make a website, doing things like that, they can absolutely do that as a job later on. So having them involved in this for social growth, and coupling that with the Best Buddies, and what an amazing community Best Buddies is. We have kids, I would say almost every day,
Every day.
eating lunch with their buddies. They come into us in the morning, oh, I have second lunch, can so-and-so come eat lunch with me? And we're like, okay, yeah, sure. And they go and they sit at the lunch tables with their friends. And they are their friends. They're texting each other, they are Facebooking, they are, in every way, they are friends. And they are built into this community, and it is an incredible thing that it doesn't happen.
That's great, and I want to definitely hear about the life skills in a second, but you brought up Best Buddies, and I want to make sure for those who may not know what that is, just clarify what the Best Buddies program is, and then I'd love to hear about the life skills that I've heard in the two explanations you gave. But what is Best Buddies? Someone says, what is it?
Best Buddies is an organization that creates one-to-one friendships between an individual with intellectual disabilities and a typical peer, and really helps to foster that friendship. So once a month they meet outside of school, they communicate once a week, either in school or on the phone or some other way. And it just really creates an environment where our students with intellectual disabilities are absolutely integrated and woven right into the fabric of our culture.
What a fabulous program. So I heard some great things that you're doing with students as well. How are you incorporating the life skills into the academics that you're talking about?
So one of the things that we do is we have a recycling program. We collect recycling bottles and cans from all across the building. One of the things we do is we take some of the 5-cent redeemable cans identified, and we sort those out, and we use that money to do different things like travel in the community, using that as bus fare to travel in the community. We take the money first of all, and we go to the bank and we deposit that money into the bank. So using that as a tool to work on budgeting skills and being outside of the classroom and using it as a real-world application. Basically, we want to instill the life skills as a piece where we're instilling the confidence in them to go out into the community and just being brave, and that's been working really well throughout the
Travel
program.
training too.
Yeah,
Travel
training. Yeah.
Wow, and you talk about going out in the community. It sounds
Yeah,
like you go every week. Is it Monday?
We go
did
every
you say?
Monday, and then on Fridays we have a new job at Milford Hospital where we take
Okay.
2 to 3 kids. They're able to go in the kitchen and they help sort and wrap silverware into those little paper tags. And they get that ready for the kitchen over there, which is great because any sort of community jobs that we can grab, we'll grab, and teaches them how to behave, how to act in community, and this might be a job that you could do someday or some facet of within the hospital. And
And in the past, we've also done Blair House. Where
we've done Blair House. We used to go once a week to Blair House, and we would assist them with their bingo or their socialization hour.
Wow.
So we did that for about a year.
So one of the things I've been
Yeah.
seeing streaming and probably breaking records for likes and retweets is the unified sports. And it's definitely something that I had never really known about, and then coming to Milford and seeing what a wonderful program it is. For those who don't know what the unified sports program is, can you kind of share with the community what that is?
Yeah, Unified Sports is sporting. It's through the MIAA. It's a regular varsity program where typical students and students with disabilities get together and play different sports against other communities, just like your regular varsity sports at high school. So currently we're in the basketball season. So this weekend we have the Jamboree coming up in Franklin High School, where we're going to compete against Franklin High School and Westwood.
Okay.
And it's a great opportunity to instill the socialization skills that we've instilled in them in our programs, but also competition and good sportsmanship and just having a great time. We also have track and field in the spring, and we also have bocce coming up in the winter.
Oh, wow.
So we have a plethora of opportunities coming up for these students.
And it
Well-
ties right into Special Olympics, which
Okay,
they
great.
have tons of different sports. Milford has an amazing program for Special Olympics through Jem Walsh, and she's really built it up to be this amazing thing with soccer and football in the fall, and basketball and bowling in the winter. There's 2 sports offered. We have swimming, track, and there's also wrestling and powerlifting and gymnastics, except I don't think Milford has gymnastics, but we have cheering.
Wow,
There's
that's great.
so many different sports, and it really gives an opportunity for our athletes and our students to shine.
That's great.
awesome.
So we are going to wrap it up with one question, but before we do that, I'm going to look right in the camera because I have a challenge. As we're talking and thinking about this, about the unified sports, I was a graduate of Springfield College and was just at the most recent alumni event, and they put in a brand new unified sports field. Cal Ripken Jr. Donated proceeds, or how the foundation helped at Springfield College. And I know one of our past best buddies is a freshman wrestler at Springfield College, Ryan Gray. So I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to all of our Springfield College friends to get Milford Unified Sports on that field in the spring. So we're going to try to make that happen as I hear what we're talking about. But as we wrap up, one of the main goals I had for today is to have the community hear about this wonderful program that I've had an opportunity to see a little bit last year, my first year here, and then a lot over the last month working very closely. For somebody who doesn't know about each portion of the program, what would be one thing that you would like them to know?
I think mainly just that how much we do in there, the academics, the rigor that we set for these kids, and that they can do anything that they set their minds to.
Great.
Yeah, and I would say that we offer a wonderful program, and these kids are so much a part of the community that we have at Milford High School. The teachers, the kids, the peers, they're just so well loved and treated with respect, and it's just a really great thing to watch.
Just that the Milford Public Schools do a great job supporting our programs, and our programs are, I feel, a flagship for other programs to kind of model with speaking with other communities. So I'm really proud to be in that situation and to keep it growing.
That's great. So one of the things as we wrap up, because the stars of the show are waiting and they're going to be coming up, but one of the things you'll notice, or you might have noticed, that all three, when they talked about one of the things that you should know, they talked externally. They also deserve a lot of credit and a lot of thanks for all the work and effort that they do each and every day for not just the students within their program, but the community that is at Milford in their actions and their beliefs. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming in, and now we're going to welcome in our students to see what that looks like in action. So you heard from our pre-voc educators and our vocational educator, and now we get to meet the students that get to go into their classes each and every day. And one of the things that you heard from Nate was about how students have multiple different jobs. And Kate, you just had a new job today. You were directing the portion where our teachers were talking. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So if you could just tell us your names, and then I'm going to talk about some of the other things that are happening within your classes. So what is your name?
My name is actually Catherine, but Catherine Mary Williams, but I like to be called Katie.
Fabulous. And what's your name?
My name is Anthony Novello.
Well, welcome, Anthony. Is this your first time at the Milford Studios?
Yeah.
And I'm just from seeing you here, it won't be your last, that's for sure.
JP Young?
JP Young?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about the classes that you're in. Tell me maybe one of your favorite classes. Kate, our newest TV producer, Steven Spielberg, take notice. Tell us one of your favorite classes.
My favorite class is theater class. I get to act out, and I get to pick characters I like to act out. Like, my favorite character to act out she's a vampire, and her name is Demetra, and it's from my own story.
So you wrote a story?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and then so you wrote this story like a play?
Sort of, yeah.
and then you get to act out this character?
Yep.
That's fabulous. And is this a class you're taking?
Yes, it is.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to go over to you, JP. So what are some of your favorite classes or your favorite class at Milford High School?
My favorite class is graphic arts because I like this class because I get to work on Photoshop like I did in video production and web design.
All right, so let me see. So you talked about web design and you talked about graphic arts. Is there something you can tell us or share? Unless you're under contract, of course. Okay, good.
I'm not.
All right. Something that you designed in the classes you talked about.
We just like make little websites for like Photoshop and something that we like doing about them.
Okay, like what? What do you like to do?
Like say if I like to play soccer, I can make a little website about that.
Okay, do you play soccer?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. What position?
I'm mostly offense.
Offense, I can tell. You like to get at it, go after the ball.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's awesome. Anthony, tell me a little bit about some of your favorite classes.
My favorite class is co-op art, and
Okay.
it's you get the my favorite part of co-op art is like the color and stuff.
Okay, club art, is that what it's called?
Co-op art.
Oh, co-op art,
Co-op.
okay. And you said you get to color stuff. Is it like drawings that you create, or does the teacher bring in different types of activities and you get to choose and add color?
Well, we just add color.
Okay. What are some of your favorite kind of pictures that you like? Outdoor photos, sports photos, movie posters? What are some things you like?
I like outside photos.
Outside photos, like nature?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd love to see one of those. Can you let your teacher know when you have one done? I'd love to come down and see it.
Yeah.
So one of the things that your teachers talked about when they were in here was some of the jobs that you have also at Milford High School. So we talked about some classes that you take.
Yep.
What are some of the other jobs that you participate in or help, and which ones do you really like to do? Katie, what do you like?
I like working at the Milford Humane Society. It's where you get to work with the cats. You get to hang out with them sometimes on breaks. And you also clean up their cages. If they get sick, you have to clean up
Okay.
and stuff like that.
And how often do you do that?
I do it every Monday. I go from 9 to 11, depending on when the bus comes.
Fabulous. So you're an actress, you're a veterinarian, you do so much in the programs and for yourself. That's great. And obviously you advocate for yourself because you were back talking to Liz saying that you're going to direct this. So that's fabulous. Fellas, what are some of your favorite job activities?
My favorite job site is going to the hospital because you get to do the silverware and you get to wrap them.
Okay, so you go to work in the cafeteria at the high school with the silverware, is that what you said?
No,
No, he said hospital.
Oh, the hospital, sorry, the hospital.
The hospital in Milford.
And you must get those skills from, do you do the bistro? So
Yeah.
the skills that you have in the bistro, you're able to bring to the off-site, to the hospital.
Well, they have silverware there, so we can wrap them.
Yep.
Okay, fabulous. JP, tell me what you like to do in your job sites.
I like to go grocery shopping to get some stuff for the bistro so we can cook for the teachers and like do other things that we have to prepare for.
Oh, in the grocery store. Hey, wait a second. That wasn't you I saw on YouTube driving around in the shopping cart, was that?
No.
No, you weren't like on the cart, like flying around in the. You don't do that, right?
No.
Okay, what do you do when you're in the grocery store?
We usually look for food though that we need for the bistro, and then we have to prepare when we come back to the school to put things away.
Wow, what does that mean? You prepare when you come back? Do you just take the
We-
shopping
no,
bags
what-
and chuck them in
no,
the?
what I'm trying to say is like we have to gather everything about where do we have to put them away first, and then the next day when we do bistro, we have to cook them up and do like everything though. Like when we're trying to do soups or sandwiches, we have to do that.
Fabulous. What's your favorite thing to make?
I go to dessert.
Dessert. All right, we go right to the dessert. So you're a soccer star and you're a dessert connoisseur. What is your favorite dessert?
I either go with ice cream cake.
Okay, now is that you make it or that you just like to eat it?
Well, sometimes we make desserts though, like could say we could make brownie almond or like Rice Krispie treats, something like that. We're really good at doing those, even cupcakes though.
Fabulous. Katie, what's your favorite dessert? I know you.
My favorite dessert, anything with chocolate.
Anything with chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
Anthony.
just can't go wrong.
Anthony, what about you?
My favorite dessert from the bistro is carrot cake.
Mine too, carrot cake. Raisins or no raisins? Do you like raisins in it? Me too. I knew I liked you. All right. So we talked about some of the school things and classes you take. We talked about your job sites. We talked about dessert. We got some chocolate. We got ice cream. We got carrot cake. We're going to have to bring some. But what do you like to do? I want to know a little bit about you. What is one of your favorite activities that you do?
One of the favorite, I like to just kind of spend time with my dog, Pilot. He's
Your
really,
dog is a pilot?
No.
Oh.
No, his name is just Pilot.
Oh, all right. I was like, that's an impressive dog.
No.
So your dog is Pilot. What kind of dog?
He's a yellow lab
Okay, fabulous.
mix, so he's pretty awesome.
Great. Anthony, what are some of the activities that you like?
I like to hang out with my dog too. His name is Jedi, and he's a golden retriever.
Nice. Jedi, so Star Wars fan?
Yeah.
You ready for the new release, The Last Jedi, coming out?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God, yes. All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
JP, tell me about some of the activities you like.
Well, I like doing soccer because I like the process so much. So I can make my team go to Seattle though, and
What? Seattle?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
That's great. So we're going to wrap up with one last question.
Yes.
What is your favorite part of Milford High School? We're going to start with you, JP, Mr. Seattle.
Well, I like about Milford High School is going to my classes and plus talking to all my friends and hanging out with them after school.
All right. Anthony, favorite part?
My favorite part of high school is hanging out with friends and talking to them about video games.
Video games. What's your favorite?
My favorite video game is like Call of Duty and stuff.
Okay. Katie.
I like Milford High School because everybody's understanding with each other. They don't judge people. They really go into being a good friend, and they're just very good at understanding things and stuff.
Wow, that is fabulous. Wow, thank you for sharing that. So how was it? First time here at Milford TV?
It was pretty good.
It was awesome.
Awesome. What do you think?
It's good.
All right, so here's my challenge to you. What if we did something in the community? Maybe we see one of your job sites or some of the things that you do, or come to the hospital or the vet, the cat hospital.
Humane Society, Milford Humane.
Think we can pull that together? Because remember what I said to you maybe like 2 months ago? Do you remember?
Oh yeah,
What did I say?
I forgot though.
I said we were going to get you on TV, right?
Yes.
And here we are. So we're going to make some goals
Yeah.
to make that happen for all of us,
Yep,
okay?
yep.
So I want to thank you all, Milford TV and Milford community, for tuning in. Milford TV, I just always want to thank because they're just so fabulous and do
Yes.
such a great job. JP agrees with me. And make sure to continue to tune in to MPS Talks. If you have a topic, feel free to email me at mjoseph@milfordma.com. And make sure to follow all the great things that are happening with the Unified Sports, with the Pre-Vogue. We're going to put the Twitter handles on this episode. And I want to thank all of you for coming in.
Yep.
And thank you, Milford community, for watching. And come on out to watch and support all that's going on in our programs.